Hello Aquarius and welcome to Providence. My name is KK and this is your general weekly reading for the week commencing the 8th of November 2020. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all very well. Once again, this is for the Aquarius Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs of Aquarius, as well as the cross watchers. Everyone is most welcome here. And as always, please be reminded that this is a general weekly reading, and to only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for somebody else out there in the collective. Well, we start with the Page of Swords as the first card of your weekly reading. And the pages are the messengers of the tarot for me. And the message the Page of Swords brings is one about new ideas, one about your curiosity being piqued at the moment. You've got a thirst for knowledge. You're really interested in sort of exploring, researching. Excuse me. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I just had a frog in my throat. You're really interested in sort of researching new, ideas, new knowledge, new experiences, and in particular new ways about communicating. And that can be sort of twofold. That can be sort of in a technological sense, the devices that we use to communicate with. Perhaps you're doing a little bit of research about that. Or it can be taken in the way of your own self-expression, how you communicate yourself to the world. So this is the message of the Page of Swords. New ideas will be coming to you through learning new knowledge this week. Let us get all the cards on the deck. We'll find out a little bit more about the Page of Swords' message. Card at the bottom of the deck this week is the Knight of Cups. And this is the overarching energy for the week for you. Now, the Knights bring the offerings from the King and the Queen. And the offering the Knight of Cups brings you is one about romance, charm, beauty, imagination, creativity. All those wonderful offerings are going to be with you throughout the week. So perhaps this is sort of a communication in relationships that the Page of Swords is asking you to explore this week. Or your own self-expression as well. Perhaps you sort of need to get your sexy back, Aquarius. The World is crossing you this week. And the World is the final card of the Major Arcana. And this is a card about completion of a life cycle. It's a card that signifies the accomplishments of the lessons the universe wanted you to learn throughout the life cycle that is now completed. This is the universe giving you the green light saying, congratulations, Aquarius. You passed the test, jump through the laurel of victory here, guarded by the 4 elements in the corners. This is also a call to integrate all that experience, all that knowledge, all those lessons into the new life cycles that will be beginning for you. I really feel this Page of Swords is speaking about your self-expression in the way of new ideas about how to communicate your thoughts, your personality, your opinions. It is the end of a life cycle, so it's kind of like the wrap-up of everything that you have learnt. So it's definitely about your self-expression moving forward into the new life cycle that will begin for you shortly. The 8 of Wands is in your past position this week, and the 8 of Wands is a card about speed, action, forward momentum, and in particular, a swift change. Perhaps you were going in one direction and you've completely pivoted overnight, changed directions, and on you go. And this is what's bringing you into this completion of a life cycle. If there are things that you have learnt recently about your own self-expression, how you come across, I think this has happened very, very quickly, over the last few weeks to tie in with this completion and accomplishment of this life cycle. You've had a really, what's the word I'm looking for? You've had a really quick burst of personal growth, I feel, over like a couple of weeks. It's happened really, really quickly. The Ace of Wands, Aquarius, is in your grounding position this week. Now, the aces are the gifts from the universe. Whether this is something we've been co-creating or it is happening in divine timing, this is a gift that the universe wants to get you. And the Ace of Wands is the gift of inspiration, the gift of new beginnings. It's also about the gift of potential. You know, potential in yourself, potential in others, potential in situations and circumstances and ideas. And it's also the power to create something very successful out of that potential. I always see the leaves on the Ace of Wands here as little embers, little sparks of inspiration that can shoot off and absolutely be the catalyst for these new beginnings that are coming to you. Feeling inspired here, Aquarius. We've got the Eight of Swords in your crowning position this week, Aquarius. And the Eight of Swords is known as the analysis paralysis card. This is overthinking things. This card represents that negative thought loop that we all, from time to time, get caught up in. Here we have the lady. She's bound and she's blindfolded. She's created this prison of swords around her. But as you and I can see, there's a huge hole here. She can walk straight out of that. So this is all being caught up in your head. This is all those self-limiting beliefs that you have. It's a self-imposed restriction. It's the I can't do that. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not blah, 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 blah. It's all of that negative self-talk. And it's got to do with, I think it's got to do with two things. It's got to do with the completion of this life cycle. And you're kind of over-analysing, you know, everything. It could also be in relation to your communication to the world, your self-expression. I think you're overthinking it. You don't have to, Aquarius, you don't have to be the round peg fitting perfectly. You can be the round peg in the square hole. That is fine. That's how you express yourself. That's how you communicate. That is just fine. I feel this is tied into that. I'm getting this sense of you feel that you need to conform to some sort of model or space, or, you know, I use the round peg in the square hole sort of metaphor. But yeah, you don't need to conform, Aquarius. You be you. Don't overthink it. The Knight of Wands is in your outcome card. And the Knights bring the offering from the Queen and the King. And the offering the Knight of Wands brings is one about energy, one about action, adventure. You've got your passion back. You've got your lust for life back. You're really hyped up. This is what this sort of energy is all about. And, you know, I think after you stop overthinking things, you move into this energy. You know, you're feeling revitalized. You're feeling really energetic and passionate to take on this new life cycle, which will be beginning for you shortly, which is all about this Ace of Wands, this new beginning, the potential that you can see. Very exciting stuff. As always, Aquarius, I like to take one final message just to summarise the weekly reading for you. But if you are resonating with this reading, by all means, please give the video a like. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like to. And if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button, as I do have ongoing weekly readings available for everybody. Let's get this final message out for you, Aquarius. Where are you? Final message for Aquarius. There we are. There. The Scarab Beetle Spirit, it is the number 52. And the message Scarab Beetle Spirit brings is the magic works through you. The magic works through you. You know, don't conform. Be you, because the magic works through you, Aquarius. Let us see what other messages Scarab Beetle Spirit has for you this week, Aquarius. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, Scarab Beetle Spirit reminds you that the universe has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for the universe co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and revitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Now is a time of great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire and creative endeavours will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance, and love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow the universe to work through you and magically manifest what you need. I will leave you with that as the final message of the week, Aquarius. I wish you a fabulous week ahead, and I do look forward to seeing you all next week. Until then, from me to you, much love and light. Bye bye.